Hi, I'm Michael Senoff, founder and CEO of HardToFindSeminars.com. For the last 5 years, I've interviewed the world's best business and marketing minds. Now my challenge is to build the world's largest free resource for online, downloadable audio business interviews. I've learned a lot in the last 5 years, and today I'm going to show you the skills you need to survive. Tell me, what are you finding from your experience today that people really want to know how to do, that you can give them some ideas that will help them?
I think people want to make money and be independent. They want to be independently wealthy, meaning that they have the freedom to work on their own without having a boss over them who knows less than they do. If they want to go to a movie in the afternoon or to their child's play, that they can do that. If they want to spend time with their family during the afternoon when it's nice, as opposed to only seeing them in the evening when it's dark and no time left to do any real thing like that, they want to have freedom.
Hi, this is Michael Senoff with HardToFindSeminars.com. Now you can learn the inside secrets from one of the top copywriting experts in America. His name is Carl Galletti. Carl Galletti has risen to the top of the world of direct response advertising and is now considered by many to be one of the best freelance copywriters and marketing experts in the world. I had the honor and the pleasure of interviewing Carl, and I can attest that he is unique as a copywriter because of his vast marketing skills and experience. Many of the top people in direct response advertising use Carl to write advertising copy for them, including Gary Halbert, author of the Gary Halbert Letter. And here's what Gary had to say about Carl. Carl Galletti is perhaps the most serious student of the masters of marketing I've ever encountered. Carl Galletti's list is diverse. He has worked with authors, professional speakers, publishers, computer companies, contractors, executive search firms, printers, training organizations, jewelry manufacturers, schools, health technology firms, and American Red Cross. Anyone can benefit from Carl's advice and copy. If you want to learn how to sell more, write great copy, and market your product or service better than ever before, listen to this exclusive interview with Carl Galletti. Where were you born?
I was born in Trenton, New Jersey.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
No. Only child.
What did your parents do?
My father was a truck driver, and my mother worked in a factory, General Motors factory. They were basically uneducated. I think my father went up to 6th grade or something. He didn't even go to junior high school. I think my mother might have even gone to 9th grade or something.
Was he on the road a lot?
No. He mostly did local stuff, so he was very seldom gone for more than a day.
Were you entrepreneurial as a kid that you can remember?
As far as I can remember, I was. I loved technical stuff and electronics. When I was about 12 years old, I got my ham radio license. This was odd because at school I had failed English twice and was getting B's in most of my other subjects, and here I was passing a federal communications examination that I personally knew people who were 21 and older who were failing it, and it had trigonometry and advanced electronics. That's because I'm oriented toward things that interest me, and I kind of let everything else go by the wayside, so to speak. So I wasn't all that enthusiastic about my teachers in that particular grade, but the very next year I got straight A's, so it depends on whether I'm interested in it or not. I've built my own transmitters and receivers and antennas and all sorts of other
So what's the real appeal of that?
The real appeal is the fact that here you are, you can communicate all around the world, either by voice or Morse code. So here I was in my little room here in Trenton, New Jersey, communicating all around the world.
Were you doing Morse code?
Yeah, primarily because I didn't really have enough room for a really good antenna. But I did have a friend of mine. He was about a year younger than me, and we both got our licenses about the same time and kind of ran into each other on the air.
Right. Did you do any other entrepreneurial ventures? Did you ever sell anything like greeting cards?
Yeah, I was always looking for something to do. I got those printing catalogs where you'd go around selling printing, and I signed up for those selling pots and pans door to door, but I never actually did it. I was kind of too young. My mother said, "You're not going around selling door to door."
Well, looking back on it, were you influenced by some of the ads in the back of magazines?
I used to read magazines primarily for the ads. To me, that was the exciting part of the magazines, just because you got to find out all of what the stuff was going on. And I learned more from reading ads than I did from reading the rest of the magazine.
Did you order stuff through the mail?
Yeah, occasionally I did. I didn't have a lot of money as a kid, which probably is why I was so entrepreneurially oriented. I was always wanting to know, okay, how do I make more money here? 12 years old, you don't have much money, and I lusted after all of this expensive ham radio equipment that I couldn't have. To some degree, it was sated by the fact that my friend had this equipment, so I go over to his house and use his equipment and stuff. His father was a doctor, so he could buy virtually anything he wanted. We always did things entrepreneurially together, and later, in fact, formed the first computer company that I formed.
Did you have a good time at college? Was it fun for you?
It was sort of fun. What appealed to me is I love learning, but I just couldn't stand being in a classroom, just a regimented spit back to me what I want you to spit back to me on my exam, and then playing this game of guess what we're going to put on the exam kind of a thing. To me, that just seemed to be a waste of time, and actually really did want to be an electronics engineer. The real reason why I wanted to be an electronics engineer is because I wanted to design things so that I could sell them. My thing was entrepreneurial. I can remember going through popular electronics magazines, figuring out what the prices I could get all these different parts are so that I could build this thing at a wholesale level and then sell it for a profit.
What happened next, and let's get into your first experience with all this copywriting.
Way back in '64, I had read David Ogilvy's book, Confessions of an Advertising Man, and got the advertising bug and started this little ad company one summer as a summer job. But what happened is one summer, I didn't have a summer job, so I decided I was going to sell advertising. So I came up with this idea to sell advertising on book covers and send out this letter to universities offering to give them free book covers with advertising on it. I sent out 100 letters and got 4 universities to sign up with it. So that was a 4% response. I was ecstatic. And then I was working for a computer company doing programming. So I was the 13th employee. It was real small time. That branch later became the basis for Exxon Office Systems. Somewhere along the line there, I started working for another company called Princeton Consultants. At about that time, I was interested in seminars, and I had an idea that there's a lot of money being spent on seminars, and I'd learned a lot from seminars. So I'd gone to some real estate seminars, I'd gone to some computer seminars, nothing marketing related, but I said, there's a lot of people here, they're spending money, where's all the money going? I found out what it would cost to rent a place. That's a part of the money, but it's not the biggest chunk. And then getting speakers, that's not the biggest chunk either, but it's part of it. The biggest chunk is in promoting the seminar. So I decided I need to know as much about promoting as possible in order to make this doable. So I began getting interested in that. And
you wanted to start somewhat of sell-seminars or seminar business.
Exactly. I knew that it was a great way to learn stuff and accelerate.
What year are we at right now?
We're in the 80s. We're in about 87.
That's when I first started seeing you in the Gary Albert seminars in 89 and 88.
Right, exactly. And so what happened was that I started studying more about copywriting and marketing and stuff. I had Entrepreneur Magazine, which I'd read religiously, and I always wanted to get these books they had that would tell you how to start all these businesses and stuff. So I was looking in there, and I decided I'm going to get some of these things. I'm going to get the one on seminars. I'm going to get the one on various other things. I forget what it was.
Hi, it's Michael Sinoff with HardToFindSeminars.com. Thanks for watching this video. You know, many of my interviews last 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, sometimes even up to 2.5 hours long. They're actual mini seminars, and you've just listened to a short sample of just one of over 117 hours of exciting, hard-hitting, mind-blowing interviews on how to make money in direct mail, advertising, copywriting. I assure you, there is not a resource anywhere on the internet or on the planet that comes close to the free information I provide at HardToFindSeminars.com. So go right now to HardToFindSeminars.com, and you'll have free access to 117 hours of audio interviews with typed word-for-word downloadable transcripts and downloadable downloadable MP3 files. Please browse some more of the videos or go right directly to hardtofindseminars.com. Thanks for watching.